What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Today we have a rather special unboxing today. As you can see, this is the 4K Ultra HD Steelbook 4 Dune Part 2. Just released this year. I'm currently filming this on a Friday. The Friday before it hits the street, actually, May 14th is when this comes out officially in stores. I ordered mine from groove.com and it actually arrived a few days early. So huge shout out to Groove if you need a place to buy typically Warner Bros. And Universal titles. That's the place to do it. Online, they usually have a lot of discounts, and they always ship your stuff in a box, which I appreciate. This Steelbook, as I can see, is pretty free of any imperfections. We'll have a closer look, obviously, in a little bit. But yeah, huge shout out to Groove, especially for getting this to me a little bit early. Quick thoughts on the movie. I loved it. I thought it was pretty much as good of a sequel as you could get to the first one. Not sure which one I enjoy better. I'm just happy that these films are doing the book justice, because obviously the book is like one of the most influential sci-fi novels, ever written. So I'm glad they're being put to film correctly and absolutely in wonderful fashion. Anyway, enough talking about the film. Let's actually see what Warner Bros. Is giving us with this Steelbook. I'm going to go ahead and unbox it real quick using my Jerry Rig Everything knife right here. Let's get to that. Alrighty, here is the Steelbook in all its glory, free of any plastic wrap. Let's take a look at the J-card itself real quick. So we have the 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and digital code up there, and then we get a small image of the Steelbook itself. We do have Dune Part 2 on the top, and on the back is where you'll find stills and then special features information. Over an hour of bonus features, which is always great to hear. J-card's all right, but what we're really interested in is the Steelbook itself. We have an amazing image right here of the sandworm breaking through the sand, and then big Dune Part 2 in pretty big letters, easy to read and everything. And the color palette rather is like a dark orange, kind of like a bronze, and especially with the spine right here, very, very dark, as opposed to the Steelbook for the first film, which we'll also take a short look at, because I do have that on hand. Excellent image with Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya's character, Paul Atreides, and Chani. We have our information about the film down there. Now go ahead and open up our Steelbook. I'll take the digital code out. Digital code does come with the Steelbook. There's also an advertisement for the book, for those who haven't read the book, right there on the back of it. And there's also an image from the film on the actual side where you redeem your digital code. And here is the inside of our Steelbook with the discs. Let's take a look at these discs real quick. I'm a big fan of the artwork on the discs from the first film. Looks like this will be no exception this time around. Looks like they have some really nice looking artwork. We have the Atreides logo right here, but then as you see, if it hits the light, there's all of these inscriptions right here. All of these images that you can't really see unless you hit the disc with light just right. It's really, really nice, and I'm a big fan of the way they're doing this. You see we have Dolby Vision on the 4K disc. I believe this disc has a Dolby Atmos soundtrack as well. So that's the 4K disc. This thing also does come with a Blu-ray disc. So you see right here, and I believe this logo is the Fremen logo. So we get one of the Atreides and one of the Fremen. And then this disc is more of a yellow color, as opposed to the more reddish, kind of clay color of the 4K disc. But that's the Blu-ray disc, the 1080p Blu-ray. And an awesome image on the inside. We have a thumper peeking up through the sand. And again, the orange bronze tone, very reminiscent of like the first scene in the movie after the recap. If you remember that color scheme, that's kind of the color scheme of this whole Steelbook right here. It's very, very nice. Shout out to Greg Fraser, who does the cinematography for these films. one of the most beautiful films ever. If there's one thing you say is like definitely better regarding this film as opposed to the first one, the cinematography is somehow even better. They keep outdoing themselves film over film. If you want to compare to the 2021 Dune, the first movie's steelbook, this is it right here. This is from Best Buy back in the day when they were selling physical media. As you see, the discs again have like that cool effect where if you hit the light just right, you see like we have a sandworm here on the Blu-ray disc, but they're slightly different colors. And then I'll sort of keep that here and put the discs back here so you can kind of see that they're very homogeneous color-wise, which is fantastic. Kind of keeping the design language the same between the first film and the second film. So you see we have like a definite color palette that they're going with. Very sandy, very earth tony. I'm a huge fan of it. And one more comparison between Dune Part 1 and Dune Part 2 right here. You see the definite difference in color scheme right here. If you want to put the spines up next to each other, they will look like that on the shelf. Very nice. Compare the backs too, why not? Anyway, that will do it for this unboxing. Very, very pleased with both the film and how it's being portrayed here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, and of course the steelbook in particular. Yep, huge fan of the film. If you somehow have not gotten into the Dune universe, this is the time to do it. These films are continuing to impress people who love the property and people who are just finding it for the first time. It's wowing really anyone that goes and sees them, and I highly recommend them myself. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Look out for more steelbook unboxings in the future, more vinyl record unboxings in the future. I'll be getting the soundtrack for this movie in some point this month, hopefully from Mutant, made by Mutant. They seem to be taking the responsibility from Mondo in terms of a lot of Warner Brothers titles for their soundtracks. So yeah, I'll likely be doing an unboxing of that as soon as that comes in the mail. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and look out for more videos in the future. Thanks again.